Hi, I'm DelusionDispeller, here to talk more about borderline personality disorder and the criteria around it. Okay, borderline people, or people with borderline, have a very unstable self-image. They don't believe they're worthy of love and approval and affection and attention and all the good things that people long for, those basic needs that we all have and sometimes wants. So they will often play the role of the victim. Poor me. I'm worthless. I'm useless. I have no purpose on this earth. Why was I even created? Nobody loves me. Nobody could ever love me. I'm ugly. I'm stupid. Look at me. I'm a mess. I caught myself. I harm myself. I don't eat right. I overeat. I this, I that. Basic put downs of self. They want people to feel bad for them because they feel so bad inside about themselves. Sometimes they will play the role of the caretaker to the point where it's very codependent, and they create dependency in other people on them as the ones with the answer, as the ones that can take care of them, the ones that provide the money or whatever, the things. And sometimes they'll be overly helpful. They're the people that at their own expense will drop everything they're doing and just do whatever needs to be done for another person, even if it takes a toll on their health, on their safety. Often they switch into different roles based on how they're feeling at any given moment. They always seem to be searching to find themselves. They don't know their own inner core of strengths and talents and abilities. They always seem to have to be with other people to understand which role to play at the moment. They don't know who they are when they are alone, especially when they're alone. So they kind of find their identity through the reactions of other people to what they say and do. It's kind of hard to describe unless you have borderline traits. You wouldn't really understand what I'm talking about, but trust me, it's just this inner thing where they just really don't know who they are. And they always feel, or often feel, not good enough. They're never going to measure up. There's always this thing hanging over their head that I can never do that well enough. I could never be as good as she is. I'll never get there. I'll never do this. I'll never achieve that. I'll never have success. A lot of nevers. And they tell themselves this. A lot of times they're hearing the voice of their punishing parent telling them this. They base their self-worth on their latest achievement. A lot of people with borderline personality disorder are always striving to be the best at things and beating themselves up when they can't get to that point, because everything they do is who they are a lot of times. They will view themselves as the victim of other people, even though they often cause their own problems. So they blame other people for their misfortune sometimes. The next criteria is the people with borderline personality disorder are very impulsive at times. There's usually at least two areas in which they are showing this impulsivity. So it may be substance abuse, it might be sexuality, it may be spending money, binging, reckless driving, addictions, compulsions. But there's always at least two of these areas that they're very compulsive in, or impulsive in. In other words, they act without thinking. They may have sex without using protection. They may abuse alcohol or drugs. They may spend money that they really can't afford to spend. They may eat recklessly just because they're trying to, I don't know what it is that drives a borderline. They just at the moment feel this need to feed something, some way. And the reckless driving, they just throw caution to the wind and their hair out the window, their ponytail, and drive down the road at breakneck speed, risking their lives and the lives of those around them a lot of times. So they act without thinking, and that's very dangerous and scary and obviously not healthy or balanced. So stay tuned. I'm going to talk more about borderline personality and some of these criteria that will help you recognize when somebody has this disorder. Thanks.